later, Abe is now grown up and a soldier in the 5th Infantry Regiment of the Imperial Guard, tasked to protect the Emperor of Ethiopia. And he finds himself in the 1960s on board a twin-engine jet, headed to Rome on a rare mission, the Olympic Games. Abe arrives in Rome, and together with the other athletes, they board a bus headed towards the athletics village. And as the bus meanders through the streets of Rome, it passes a square, Porta Capena. A sudden murmur ripples through the bus. Did you see it? 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 A hand gestures out through the window, long and skeletal. The hand points at it. The obliques of Axiom. And for the first time, Abebe Bikila, enveloped in a deep contemplative silence, understands for the first time the weight of his mission in Rome, a mission to reclaim Abyssinia's lost dignity. Abebe Bikila waits, alert and attentive, as the good soldier that he is. The days come and go, and the finals of the marathon, 42.2 kilometers, approaches. On Saturday, September 6th, 1960, Abebe Bikila takes his starting position, wearing a red short and a green vest. The number 11 printed in bold white at the back. And who is that unknown, quiet Ethiopian over there? The commentators remark in a voice that is as indifferent as it is patronizing. And all of Abyssinia, seated around their transistor radios, shout, Abe is his name, Abebe Bikila, Asuaye.
Yeah.
Asuaye.
Yeah.
His unofficial marathon time is laughed at and dismissed as impossible. I mean, no one, right? No one can beat the Russian Sergei Popov's world record. No one. Abebe is bare feet. His only shoe was completely worn out, and the replacement given to him by the shoe company Adidas was too small and caused him terrible blisters, the runner's plague. And so he resolves to run bare feet just as he trained in the Abyssinian highlands. On Saturday, September 6, 1960, under the raised arm of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman marathon begins. The athletes pour out into the streets of Rome with its variable road surfaces, from sets of cobblestone so rough and square to wide open smooth tarmac. Abebe's strategy is clear: to stay with the race leaders for the first 35 kilometers, don't lead, run from behind, but in the final 10 kilometers, break away and never look back. As the athletes negotiate the 8 kilometers of the Appian Way, lined with cypress trees, darkness descends in the city of Rome. And the Appian Way turns into an avenue of flickering torches. Witnesses would recount that as Abebe Bikila's feet rhythmically kissed the uneven stones, the half moonlight, the illuminated ancient Roman monuments, and hundreds upon hundreds of torch-bearing soldiers had intensified the atmosphere and added to the drama. Abe, it seemed that while the others were running, he alone was floating. At Porta San Sebastiano, running with flawless speed, Abebe leaves behind his sole pursuer, the Moroccan, Radi Ben Abdisilam. He approaches the home stretch, unchallenged, and in the corner of his eyes, he sees it, rising out of the darkness, the obelisk of Axiom. And he knows, oh, he knows deep inside himself, he knows that the ghosts of his 4th century king have guided his iron will, given flight to his feet, powered his resolve. He just glides past the obelisk of Axiom, and on those final few meters, alone and unchallenged, he crosses the finish line with grace and ease. Abebe Bikila, even after running 42.2 kilometers, he was still energetic. He just stretched and danced under the Ark of Constantine, while the other runners collapsed with exhaustion and dehydration into the arms of Italian soldiers. Abebe wins big. The first sub-Saharan African to win an Olympic gold medal. He breaks the world record with his time of 2 hours, 15 minutes, 16.2 seconds. Abe. The newspapers write, it took Benito Mussolini an entire army to conquer Addis Ababa. It took one Ethiopian soldier, a bodyguard, to conquer Rome. Steam? 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 Tension. Tension. Some facts and figures about Abebe Bikila. Abebe Bikila became the only human athlete to ever win an Olympic gold medal twice in 2 consecutive marathons. 1960, 1964 in Tokyo, Japan. He was going for a hat trick, meaning 3 Olympic gold medals in the same marathon. But unfortunately, in the 19th kilometer, he had broken his toe and could not continue. He bowed out of the race and never finished. 3 years later, he got into a bad accident and completely became paralyzed from waist down. And he said, I will win the next marathon on a wheelchair. He never lived to see the next marathon. His funeral was one of the greatest. Everyone gathered, including the emperor, celebrated all across Africa. That was his story.